I'll go ahead and show y'all my truck all clean right here. Inside and out is done both. Before I get my floor mats dirty. Also got Anna Kate and Emma's car cleaned up and Jill's van done too. Let's go to work. There were some people who mentioned tires. I've got, hang on, I'll tell you what I've got on these right here now. Those are Coopers. Those are, that's the second set of those I've had on this truck. That'll be the last set of Coopers I ever own right there too, y'all. Not fooling with them ever again. I'll tell you why here in just a second. Let's see here. Let's see. My Glock. Let's, the truck has 133,000 miles on it now. I'm finna tell you how many miles the tires have on it. The tires have 44,326. Now, getting the miles out of the tires is not a problem. I've always gotten, you know, between 40 and 50,000. I think I've got a 50,000 out of a couple of sets of the Coopers. And I had several sets of these same Coopers. They weren't the AT3s, they were the earlier version of it, of that tire, before it had the stuff on the sidewall. And they were 17-inch tires, and I didn't have any balancing problems with them. But these 18s right here, I cannot get them to balance, man, to save my life. I mean, we've done everything. I'm talking about multiple times. Balance on road force, balance on everything. I've had people recommend, you know, beads and this and that and all, but even the tire shop there where I ordered a new set yesterday for the truck, and I did not order Coopers. There's my Mini right there. I did not order no Coopers. And he even told me, he said, man, he said, we ain't fooling with the Coopers no more. And they have had some issues trying to balance some other ones besides mine. And I'm like, you know what? Life's too short, man. You done got me twice. They ain't getting them. And so anyhow, y'all see what I got coming later on. I'm gonna run these a little bit longer. I went ahead and ordered some where they'll be in when I get ready for them, because there are some tires that are a little bit hard to get a hold of right now. And so you wouldn't want to wait till the last minute to try to get some, you know what I mean? And so I already had these in, and they'll be sitting there when I get ready to throw them on. And probably gonna run these probably another month or so. But I got several things I'm gonna do to this truck. People ask me when I posted pictures on Instagram about it, how it had been. I hadn't had any trouble with it or anything, except for when I first got the truck and I got 10,000 miles on it. From 10 to 20,000 miles, it was actually in the shop either 41 or 42 days. It had a bad wiring harness on it. They had to put in the main wiring harness on this truck. And when they did that, it took them forever to figure that out. Matter of fact, they had to get a engineer to come in here from SCA. And I mean, when he walked in and saw what it was doing, he knew, you know, he told him, he said, just put a wiring harness on, that'll fix it. And that's what they did, and that took care of it. I hadn't had any more trouble out of it since, and got 133,400 miles on it. But I've already had to put rear brakes on it. It had 100 and something thousand, and I had to put rear brakes on it for front brakes. My other truck was the same way. It's because I pull that trailer all the time at Gooseneck, and it works on them rear brakes back there faster than the front brakes. And so I put rear brakes on 100 and some thousand, and I had a little bit more life on the front ones, but we're about to pull them off. So I mean, I hadn't put any front brakes on it yet, the same set that was on it. And so I'll be putting brakes on it, and I'm also going to put shocks all the way around it too, because I'm pretty sure this one on this left front is gone. It's I believe it's busted, I believe, because I can actually hear it. And so anywho, that's the deal on my this is a 2016 also. You think, well man, you got a lot of miles on this thing. Well, you know, a lot of times we'll be 50 or 60 miles from the house where we're working at. And so I run, you know, between 30 and 40,000 miles a year is what I run. And then, of course, I travel in this truck, too. There's my buddy. But, you know, so it's easy to run the miles up on my other one. I had 405,000 miles on that truck when finally swapped it out and ordered this one right here. So let's go to work this morning, y'all. I don't know if y'all see it or not, but that's a Ford in front of me, and I happen to know who that is too. But you see the smoke coming out of it there. I can smell it too. Usually when they start doing that right there, it's not going to be good very much more longer. Well, I was going to fly the drone and get some aerial footage here and show what kind of everything looked like. But when I pulled my drone out, I realized that I didn't stick the SD card back in it last night after I got the footage off of it for today's video. So I could have done it on the internal storage, just got a little bit, but I was like, heck with it, I'll just grab my Canon and roll with it. So you remember that gigantic pile of pine pulpwood I had laying here? This morning, which was Friday morning, they gave us Thursday afternoon 3 more loads of it to haul. Then this morning, they sent a text through and said, roll with it. Haul whatever you want. And so it was a perfect timing for me. I'd loaded the trucks once, and as they started rolling in here, I started loading it. And so I've got this pile completely loaded out. I've loaded out that pile up there that I had, which was I think 3 loads up yonder or so, maybe more than that, I can't remember. And then I jumped back down here and I got on Kevin and loaded another load right here off of him. And you can see the pile of logs we got laying here, and you see Derek over there cutting. So now for now, I've swapped back the logs, loading them. I think I've loaded 17 right now, I believe. It's about 11 o'clock. So we're going to end up with in the 20s today. And these are logs over here too. You see that pile of bark right there? That is a solid pile of bark. And all that is where Kevin shoots those trees toward me, and the butts hit the trees right there, and it slides and it shaves the bark. That's just a pile of bark, nothing but, every now and then I take the bulldozer and just push it off, where if we run in one spot long enough. See, this is a new deck right here, and he hadn't been sitting here long enough for it to push a lot off. But every time a butt comes sliding, it pushes, see the bark going to flying in the air right there? It pushes a little bit. You see, you can see a little pile starting there. So you can imagine that little pile with this pile of wood how much wood he ran to make that gigantic pile right there like that. That's always pretty cool. But I'm gonna crawl back up here in my loader and get to running, because I got one more truck coming, and I'm gonna stop and eat lunch real quick. So this is what it looks like from inside my cab here. You can see Chad and Derek, the log pile right here, of course Kevin. And so I can load, I can swing over here, and on this pile I can load with the truck sitting right here, or I can back them in like right here and load them too, and then of course I can track back and forth. So I mean, the sky's the limit as far as how I load. And then see, there's my iPad right there where I make my tickets. Get them together, and it does it. I put all the information in it right there, and then the printer prints it right here. And of course you see I've got my tracker open right here, so I can see where all the trucks are right now. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's 5. It tells me the truck number. I've got them all listed here, which one's which. And what that does is it allows me to know what's going on throughout the day without having to text these guys or call them or anything like that. So I know if something happens at a mill, I can adjust real quick by what the truck is doing, and it's very, very handy. It helps us keep up with the mileage on it too. And anybody's got trucks running, I highly recommend it. And see, here's all of our other trucks right here parked at the shop. There's all the rest of them right there that we're not running right now currently. And then I'm that gear right there, that blue gear is what, that is my location right there where I'm sitting at right now. But this is very, very handy. It helps us, like I said, mainly know what I need to do during the day, because I can adjust so fast, and if something hangs up or anything like that, we can back up and go a different route or something, or whatever we need to do. So go ahead and show something else too. The iPad is on a RAM mount. I really like RAM mounts. They work very well. And then I've got the printer on a RAM mount also too, with a power base. The printer's sitting inside of this power base right there, and then this plugged in back here. So I've constantly got power going to the printer all the time. The phone mount, I actually made this mount back here out of a piece of 5/16 rod, bent it and got it screwed to this plate right here. And it started out as what they call a Porta-Grip 2000, and so you stuck the phone in there and you just squeezed it. So then I've evolved it. I've had to cut the ears off of it as I got different phones and went to larger iPhones and everything. I had to evolve the mount to where it would work with the phone, so I had to cut the ears off and remake new ears and all that stuff like that. The ears, I don't even use the ears no more. I have a Whiz Gear magnetic plate right there, and then I have a steel plate on the back glued to the back of my case. And so I just jump up in here and just set it right there, and I can track anywhere I want to go, and the phone be shaking like crazy, and it won't come off. It's not going to come off that magnet. It ain't going to happen. And so that works very well, because if I go to jump down or something, I just snatch the phone off, unplug it, and hit the ground running. And then there's my what's that thing called? My WeBoost transmitter right there from the phone that carries it to my antenna that's up on top. So it's a cell phone booster that helps me with my signal and all that stuff like that. They work good, but they're not the end all be all. They're not perfect. The WeBoost is not. You've got to have a signal to make them work, and like if you're trying to stream stuff, things like that, you may be in areas where you've got a signal. It's mainly for being able to text and call, so They do help a lot. Are they worth the money? Yeah, because they're like $400 for the WeBoost, and they're, you know, they're worth the money, but they're not perfect either by no means. But if you get one, make sure you get the OTR antenna to go with it, and they make a kit, and I've got it listed in my Amazon link in the description down there, because the OTR antenna is a big round antenna, and it's a lot better. The ones that come with them is a little old pencil antenna, but they do make it where you can buy the WeBoost that has the OTR antenna in it. And in my opinion, if you buy a WeBoost and you've got the little pencil antenna, you hadn't done anything really. You need that OTR antenna to go on it. Oh, and I keep my parrot, I use a blue parrot, I keep it laying on my leg right there. That way if I get a call, I can just grab it up, throw it on my head, run and talk at the same time. That's the best headset ever made right there. This is the newest 450. I believe it's a 450. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But it's I still got my other 450 and it still works. Just this part over here is all broken off. They redesigned this on this new one, and they don't offer this part right here on their website for sale, and I actually need to email them about that and see if I can get another piece for the other one. But you can't beat the WeBoost. It's got a 24-hour talk time on it. It's bad to the bone. The new one is actually USB-C too, man, so you just plug it in USB-C, and which is cool. But so I just sit here right now. I've got a truck almost here, and as soon as he gets in here, I'll throw a load on him. So I'm kind of up and down doing different things and stuff like that, kind of in between trucks. So it's a lot hopping, a lot going on, a lot of stuff on the phone and things like that, and text too. So it started raining. It is 2:39. I loaded 24 today. So that put us at 94 in 4 days, since Monday was a holiday. So that's the final load count for the week. We're gonna head to town right quick and run some errands. I'm still not quite out the woods road yet. Getting a pretty good little rain in here. Of course, we need it, man. It's dry, so it ain't gonna hurt a thing. It'll be a little slick air for a little while, and then it'll dry up by Monday there. Easy.